one of my favorite complication is world time, and when I saw this world time Orient, I just had to have it. And it's a funny story how I got it, but before I start the video, I just want to give you a wrist shot of this watch so you can see how it feels. And this is a vintage 70s Orient World Diver, and represents everything I love in vintage watches. However, they have a modern reissue of this watch which looks pretty much the same like this one, just with the modern locks and stuff like that. So that you can find, and I will try to find a link and you put it in the description box so you can check it out for yourself and check out this beauty here. Yeah, and I still don't want to remove it from my wrist. It's so mesmerizing to look at, and it's such a great minty immaculate condition that it's just a pure joy to look at it. And I know some of you guys are shaming away from a little bit of a blingy watches, but I do not. However, there are some stuff I don't like about this watch, and this is first thing. I don't like the bracelet, but I have my fair share. I tried every bracelet I had, and nothing quite works like this original bracelet, except I was thinking about getting a NATO bond with the black and gray stripes or something mesh, but the thing that's stopping me is the lug width, which is 19mm, so I would have to try a little bit harder with that. So while I told you how I got this watch, this is a pretty much vintage and unique piece, and I know a lot of collectors who are a bit elderly gentlemen, and they are not too much involved with internet, and they don't buy stuff from eBay, Amazon, or online. They just buy it physically, like true old school. So I know one collector who saw my Vostok Amphibia on my wrist, and he liked it so much that he immediately wanted to buy it off me. But one guy asked me in an email, I got emails, I haven't saw your Vostok Amphibia lately. Well, this is the reason. This is why I don't have Vostok Amphibia on. The guy wanted to buy my Scuba Dude, and I said, no man, I don't want to sell it. I just got it, I love it, I enjoy wearing it. I was planning on modding it, but he was so insistent. He persisted, and I knew he had this watch, which I always fancied from him. So I talked him out into a trade. I had to pay a bit more extra cash for it, but at the end of the day, I'm very happy with the watch, and I can always buy another Scuba Dude whenever I want. But this is a real gem, which I have, and I just love this watch. And they are quite there are some, I was checking out them on eBay, and they are fetching a pretty decent prices for Orient, vintage Orient. However, like I mentioned, there is a contemporary version, so if you really like what you see here, but this vintage really appeals to me because it's vintage. So it's so polished. It's a pretty large case. It's cushion case, but it's let's just see here, 43mm without the crowns, and with the crowns it's even 45. And like I said, it's a World Diver. I will show you in a minute how that works, but I just want to give you a real look. And the thing I don't like about this watch is the bracelet, because it's thin and it tapers down from 19, starts here to 20 and goes down here to the 16. So this is a bit bigger watch, so it's pulling it out. So I'm really trying to find something nice for this watch, but whatever I put doesn't quite work like this bracelet. And I like the look, but I don't like the feel. And also the build quality is very flimsy. It's folded, the O-rings are folded over, but it's much better build quality than on a, let's say, SKS stock bracelet. Over here it's all polished, and the crystal is Black Sea crystal plastic, which has here Cyclops here with the magnifier, which does a fairly decent job for a date magnifier. Speaking of date, this is an old school watch, and if you want to change the date, and here you have a day as well, complication, so it's a day date has, but it's only in German because probably it's for that market here. There is a quick set, but you know the deal, you have to make it to the midnight and then return it to the 9 o'clock, then turn it again, and you saw that before on my channel, so I don't want to mess this up, and it's a pain in the ass to return it. However, what I like here, this is the crown, and this watch is also called World Diver, but this is not a diver. I don't know why it's called World Diver, because it does not have a screw down crowns, and it's not really a dive watch for any purpose. Maybe it's called World Diver because you dive into the world, and there are so many cities written here, and just gonna give you a closer look. Okay, I hope this is close enough for you, and there's a little shine and glare to it, so you may not be able to see it, but you can see here there's a inner bezel which can be rotated to use as a dive function, to be used as a world time function, and in here you have all these cities written around the dial, and this is a world time watch, and you can track out 24 time zones, 24 different time zones with this watch. And that's what I like about world time watches, all these cities written on the dial. And I know it may be silly, but I just love that. And this is a vintage watch, and like you can see, you can even see it by the name of some cities. Most notably for me is that here you have Bombay, and nowadays it's called Mumbai. So I just don't have anything else to say. It has a beautiful Orient logo here. The hands are nice sword hands with the loom, and it still glows decently, very decently. Doesn't last too much, but it's a watch from the 70s. So this is a world time function, and how you use it, you have in a rotating bezel, and let's say now it's 1 o'clock. That means 1 afternoon, that's 13. So you put that, what time is it? It's yours. And mine is Paris, Madrid, Rome here. So I'm gonna put it there. That's a SAT, Central European Time. That's a GMT +1. And so I have put here, now it's 13, 1 afternoon, and because I have mostly American guys here you have New York, and it says it's a 7 a.m. in the morning. So when it's 13 o'clock, or when it's 1 in the afternoon, then you guys over there it's 7 a.m. So also you can see what time is it in Melbourne. It's 10 in the evening. And let's see where else. In Iceland it's 12 in the noon. In Melbourne, Sydney it's 22. So it's really cool. It's a really cool thing to have. I don't really need it, I don't really use it. I just love having it, and it's always easier to check the world time on your phone, but I just love looking at it. I love loving have it on my wrist, and I just love this watch. I think the mesh bracelet would suit it, but I will need to get 20 millimeters and do some work extra to try to able to fit it on, but we'll see. I love it with this one as well. It works, just works so well, and you can see I found some photos of this watch, original ads for this watch, which you can see on my Instagram page. Go over there and you will see some vintage ads to this watch. You can find a link for my Instagram in the description box. It's ETCOG, and yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I just love this watch, and I think the modern version with the normal lugs is even better, because I don't like this style of here lugs. I don't know what it's called, but I don't like it. The dial and everything else compensates it pretty much, and also has a nice fluted bezel. It's not turnable, but it looks nice as well. And I was very close to buy a Frederic Constant World timer with a manufacturer, but the guy was kinda fishy and he wanted too much for it than I was willing to pay, so I opted out. But soon after I found this nice Orient World Diver, but this just confirmed that world timer. This is a World Diver, so I'm mixing up that world time. Complication is one of my favorites. So that's it, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'm edcgunner, and subscribe for more watches.